It's Ash from SuperVideos back for another video for The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. They released another teaser, a quick teaser, which we're going to be breaking down. There are some very interesting elements in this teaser. Some of the stuff we've already seen is also in this teaser, and we're not going to go through those. We're just going to go through the new dialogue that's in there and also the new scenes that are in this teaser that wasn't in any of the other teasers or trailers. So stay tuned, we'll be right back to break these down. Alright, as always, before we dive into it, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that said, let's dive right into it. So this teaser starts with this shot, a silhouette of Rick Grimes walking towards the camera, and obviously there is a red filter on. It's something that we've seen quite a lot before in the teasers they've released. Rick starts saying, "I kept believing." Self-explanatory, not much to break down. He kept believing that he could get back to his family, Michonne and Judith and the others. As Rick comes closer, we can actually see that he's wearing a CRM uniform, which is awesome. We did see the portrait of Rick just recently, and that was from this exact scene. So that's Rick wearing a CRM uniform, which is pretty cool. And in the voiceover, Rick continues to say, "I couldn't give up." So he couldn't give up looking for them or trying to get back to them. And then he says, "I wouldn't." Self-explanatory, not much to break down. And then we have Michonne. Same type of scene, a silhouette of her, and she walks towards the camera. She says, "I felt him," referring to Rick. "I still feel him, so I have to find him." Again, self-explanatory, not much to break down. We know that she's dedicated to finding Rick, and she did find a lot of great clues already that we've seen that Rick is alive. So this journey is really her trying to stick to that gut feeling that she has and trying to pursue that search for Rick. And then there's also a shot of the two of them together. Pretty awesome shot of them. And in the voiceover, Rick says, "It was always about getting back to you," which is super cool. Obviously, this refers to Rick and Michonne reuniting, finally. Now, this was throughout the teaser, but I just put it all together so it's easier to explain and break down. But the rest of the scenes are interesting too. So we have this one, which is obviously a helicopter. I wonder if this is the exact same helicopter that took Rick to the CR the first time, and whether we're going to pick up from there at some point. Of course, the scene I'm referring to is the last scene that Rick was in, prior to the cameo scene that he was in. And then we have this pretty cool shot of a walker who's on fire. Now, if you go back to the trailer, there was this shot of a walker wearing some sort of military clothing, and they had like gold teeth. This is the exact same one. And obviously they're in the middle of the herd, and that's pretty cool. Obviously they're on fire, and we'll see in a little bit why they're on fire. But one thing I want to mention is that it looks like they have some gas canisters hanging on them, which is cool because that's a direct reference to the red gas canister from the premiere, the pilot of the original show. Rick was carrying that right before he found the teddy bear girl Walker and had to shoot her. So that was a cool little Easter egg that they put in there. But we actually do see it was Michonne that blew up the walker, and she kind of reacts to the debris from the explosion, and that's the exact same weapon that she actually had, which we saw in one of the trailers. She kind of took it out and shot towards the herd. So that's pretty much from the same scene. And then we have this cool shot of the CRM, particularly their special forces. Looks pretty awesome. We've seen different shots of this, but not this exact one. Obviously, we do see Major General Beale in front, and they're in front of a casket with a CRM flag on top of it. So a soldier has basically died, and they're mourning the death of that soldier. And we see there are military personnel all over. And as we talked about before, we do know that on the second row, we have two characters that we recognize. We have Rick Grimes himself wearing the CRM Special Forces uniform, which is cool, and also Dorn, who is another CRM soldier who we're going to meet. And then we have this cool shot of Rick wearing a CRM uniform fighting what appears to be a walker. Looks pretty cool. And then we have him here actually punching a CRM soldier. So that's pretty awesome. Obviously, we finally see Rick fighting someone in a one-on-one. Because, of course, the only time he really did that was with Shane, the governor, and Negan. With the governor, he had his ass beat. With Negan, he got lucky, well, sort of, and he kind of cheated because he brought a glass to a fist fight. And, of course, with Shane, he didn't do too well. So a lot of fans were kind of teasing Rick about not being able to handle his own in a one-on-one fight. But it's great that we see he is here fighting a CRM soldier who's probably very capable, and let's see how he gets out of this and how he beats this particular soldier. And then we have Michonne here stabbing a walker, not much to break down. It appears that she's in some sort of corridor in some place. Maybe this is some outpost for the CRM or something like that, or just some place that she found and she's scavenging the area or something, or this might be where she finds more clues of Rick and him being alive. But obviously she stabs the walker, and then we have two scenes which are connected. We have this one which we've seen before. This is, of course, the bombing of Atlanta. This is a reused scene from season 2 of The Walking Dead's original show. This was when Shane and Lori were watching Atlanta get napalmed. So, of course, we're seeing this again, which means that there is some connection between the CRM and that particular mission. And, of course, like we've talked about before, many people agree that it's not really that the CRM helicopters are here bombing Atlanta, but rather a case where Major General Beale, who was in the military, was either involved in this operation or was the one that was overseeing everything. So this we've seen before, but we also see this, which is the napalming of Los Angeles, which we saw in season 2, I think, of Fear the Walking Dead. We saw Travis with Madison and Alicia and everyone watching LA get bombed. So that means that we're not just going to go back to Atlanta, but also we're going to go back to LA. And I hope that they're not just going to use this scene and just show it again and that's it. I hope that there are scenes that go along with it, new scenes that go along with it. But of course, the same thing applies that we talked about with the shot from before. It appears that there's some connection between this operation and Major General Beale as well, which is definitely super awesome. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to go through in this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.